Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of our crazy interview with Grim Streams and his amazing 3 great ones. Yesterday I put out the video with part 1. If you'd like to have a peek at that, I am going to put the link on the screen here. It was absolutely amazing. So much amazing information. This gentleman, guys, has spawned 3 great ones in just over 2 months. So I'm going to give you these stats on what he has accomplished. And here we are in his lodge here. Now, he is on Xbox. Just want to put that out there. He has harvested to date almost 15,000 kills. He has harvested 3 great ones in 11,200 kills. His first great one came at 2,500 kills. His second one came at 10,500. And his third came 700 kills later at 11,200. So in his grind, he has 103 diamonds, approximately 28 rares, and it's completely insane. He has it all figured out. It's absolutely fascinating. He plans to harvest a 4th one and then head to Mexico and spawn and harvest another 3 great ones for another multi-mount. Isn't that insane? So today we are going to continue the interview with Grim Streams. And I have some really exciting information. So Grim is going to be joining us live on stream this Monday coming at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. He's going to be doing Great One Grind Q&A. So definitely join us on stream on Monday and get all your Great One Grind questions answered. It should be fascinating. Now, if you would like to follow him on Twitch, you can do that at Grim_DV. And he also will be building a YouTube channel, and you can follow him on YouTube under Grim Streams. Now I want to apologize, we had a little bit of problem when we did do the interview. We actually had to record it on Twitch live because it was on Xbox and we did have problems with audio. So we do talk a little bit on top of each other. I do apologize for that, but we did get through it to bring you guys this amazing information. If you do enjoy the video, guys, make sure you smash that like button. If you'd like to join us for more, hit that subscribe button, and we are going to head right into it. Let's do it.
If you have a level 3 and you shot it, pay close attention to that need zone. That's that spot when you come through the very next time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the whole process with that one. So, once you get that, and I primarily like hunting over lakes, ponds, and open rivers where you don't want to have to, you might have a spot over a lake or over a river, that's good. But where you put your tent, you have to run completely around the lake.
You want it to be time efficient, right?
Yes, you want to be time efficient.
Yeah.
Correct. The more you can put down, the more chances of that great one.
Yeah. Basically, what happened to me was everything was respawning amazingly. Everything went perfect. And then after I was about 7 weeks in, my whitetail stopped getting to their zones and I just found no more whitetail. And you were talking about a bug that keeps them traveling?
Yes. Number one thing, I know you do your time reset. You'll
yes, we need to talk about time resets.
You need to stop doing the 6th day and concentrate on daily. It should cost you in a tent $188 every day.
Okay, so you need to change your time once. And when I was doing the grind and doing it 6 times, the reason we're only changing the time once is because of this bug. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. But before, when I was doing it 6 times, that was correct. But now it's not because of this bug, right?
I couldn't tell you 100% because when I was doing it 6 times before, my whitetail population was not very good. The same as if I was to do it now. I think some people, it worked for them, and some people it didn't.
It worked for me. I did it 3 times and only got half my zones to repopulate, but I did it every time 6 times, and I had full zones every time. I did it 6 times and turned the map on and off and went back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there is a thing to shut. Did you shut your game completely down, or just went into a different map and came back?
I got out of the map and went back in. I didn't actually turn my game off and on, and I know that some people say to do that, but I didn't because it didn't seem to matter to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to matter until, like I told you, you wipe a whole complete zone off. You just get rid of a drink zone. Just start with your daily. Just one day, you get to 15:30. No, that's the latest I go, 15:30.
15:30, yeah.
And then switch it back to 12:29 and start your grind again. 12:29, absolutely.
I never knew this. I find it fascinating. I really do.
You will get a sprinkle here and there depending on where you're at on the map, but you're not going to get that old monsoon come in.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So once you get to seeing it, you'll start feeling it a little bit different once you put this into practice.
So yeah, we were talking about the bug that stopped animals from getting to their zones.
So when you go to your first zone and you don't have anything there, basically you're initiating the spawns. You're initiating the animals to travel at that time, because the bug that's in the game doesn't put them right there on their zone at that point in time when they're supposed to be there.
Yep.
Like on your Africa map.
Correct.
So on the whitetail, you got to kind of give them a push start, get them going. So, so to speak. So you spawn in there, get that whole area warmed up, get it activated, and you just leave. You go to another zone.
And you leave, so you're activating your zones.
Yeah, so go to another zone. If they're not there, then you're effectively activating that one.
So you want to leave and then come back after, because that you've activated it, and then they will actually come in. Is that correct?
Yes. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 passes going back and forth, depending on how much you do in between, how much time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes them 30 in-game minutes to actually travel to that spot, and sometimes it takes them 5.
Yep.
But you need to activate them to start it at least.
Okay. And that's why people run around their map and claim to never be able to find whitetail. They just need to activate the map first. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. Very interesting.
Give them a chance to get there.
That's right.
At that first location I was showing you, I can go up there and sit in my tripod and wait 15 in-game minutes.
Yeah.
You're going to travel. I know where they come from. I can show you on the map, show you the sleep zone they come from.
Yeah.
They will come from there. You just got to wait.
Yeah.
If
Patience is a big issue.
Yeah, so if you don't want to wait, you can just bounce around to your other tents, your other locations to get them going.
Okay.
Then you come back to that first one.
So basically, you want to jump around and activate all your zones, and then the deer should eventually come in?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you don't have to hit them all. I found after about 1300, 1330, once you start activating the very beginning, that the game actually processes what it's supposed to do originally and puts those deer in your other herds. So when you effectively go to those other zones later in the day, the deer are already there. They're just traveling super late.
They're traveling late.
Just wanting to give them a push start.
Give them a push start. That's awesome. So what about people who have zones that are all in the forest?
Well, if you want to move those zones.
Yeah, how do you move zones?
Let's say you had 5 deer in the population in that zone.
Yeah.
You want to kill out 4 of them and leave 1.
You want to leave 1 deer.
You can leave a doe. I leave does because I want the bucks in my main population.
Okay, so you want to leave a doe.
Yeah, so the bucks go to your main population.
Okay.
So after that, but the key is when you're doing this, when you're shooting them, you don't want the pressure great enough in that area to kill the zone. So if you have to, you kill 2 and you push those out far enough away from the actual initial drink zone that you don't kill it off. And then you kill those other 2 or whatever one's left. And then the trick is you don't pick up any of the deer that are dead on the ground until you get the ones that you're weeding off, the 4 out of the 5. You don't pick them up until 4 of them are down dead on the ground.
You have to wait till all the deer are already dead before you pick anything up?
That is correct.
And why is that?
The first time you pick up deer, as soon as you get into that harvest screen and you hit A to collect it or whatever, it initiates a respawn for that location.
It initiates a respawn, so you want them all to be dead so you get all your respawns at the same time. Is that right?
Not that.
No?
Not that, because what it does, how this game is right now, if you weed it down to 1 deer, for some reason, the bug that's in it won't allow any deer to repopulate that herd. It'll stay 1. Therefore it breaks the spawn, the drink zone.
When it gets down to 1, because without this bug, 1 deer in your zone should not be a problem, should it?
No, it should repopulate. But with the bug, when you leave 1 deer in it, it breaks the herd.
Yeah, it breaks the herd, which is the whole problem we've been having with whitetail since the issue started.
So therefore, if you got a bad zone, that's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to break the herd.
You want to break the herd.
You want to break that spawn. Does that make sense? You want to leave 1 deer in it. You want
to leave 1 deer, and then you were saying that another zone will show up in the area, right?
Yes, after you restart your game completely.
After you restart your game, so you have to. So to get rid of your to get rid of your not so good zone, say you have a zone that's in a forest, and the only way that you can get your deer is to call them out. That is not time efficient. That is not what you want to do. So what you want to do is you want to kill all the deer in the zone except for 1. Basically, you want to leave a doe. Right?
And you want to make sure you don't have enough pressure to kill that zone.
You don't want enough pressure to kill the zone. So you leave a doe, and then you turn your game off and totally get out of the game and come back. And when you do, you should have another zone in the area?
Yes.
That's
and if
correct?
you want to do it all in the, yes. You should have another herd in that area using a different zone. Sometimes they come back and use the same drink zone, but most of the time they don't.
And then you just leave that zone with the one doe there, like it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to you anymore, right?
That's correct. It's just the doe. I don't want the doe. I'm going for a great one.
And the real big takeaway for me, this was eye-opening, is the fact that you have 40-something whatever zones, but you only actually use 10 of them.
That
8
is
to
correct.
10.
And I've had up to 65 zones.
Up to 65 zones. That is insane. So I guess the whole idea is you gotta look, you gotta check all your zones. You need to see if you have a diamond, because a diamond is where you're gonna spawn a great one. That is your chance to spawn one, right?
I'm a firm believer in a level 3 diamond. Yes.
Level 3 diamond is...
And
so
it can
if
be a botched one. My second one
you
was...
can't botch them?
No, you can't. My second one was a botched level 3.
Oh, you can and it doesn't matter?
That's correct.
Okay.
It would have paid a diamond. It paid me a gold, but I botched it.
Okay, and you still spawned a great one?
Yes, out of that one.
Interesting. That is fascinating. Honestly, it's fascinating.
So let's say you have an amazing zone. It's the perfect ideal location to pop out, look over some water, see if they're there.
Like right out in the open,
you
you
can
have
shoot.
like this amazing, right out in the open zone.
But you have 4 doe in there. And no
But there are
bucks.
4 does in it.
Yeah,
so
no
the
bucks.
spot is amazing, but the herd itself is not.
That's correct.
Okay.
What you want to do is just one at a time, and you want to do this on a fresh game startup, not while you're hunting, not while you've killed other deer. You want to do this on a fresh starting up your game for the day. Okay.
Okay.
You need to emphasize on that
You want to do it right at the beginning of the day. Why is that?
because other deer that you've taken can go into a pool, like a deer pool, that
Yeah.
other spawns are going to take out of.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
if you got a doe and a buck up in there,
Mm-hmm.
you got a 50-50 shot of it replacing that spawn that you just killed with a doe or buck. So that's what, I'm sorry about the coughing, I'm losing my voice from all this.
Oh, good. We've been talking all day, guys. All day.
Let's say you got 4 doe in a good spot and you have 4 bucks in a terrible spot.
Okay.
So you're going to kill the one doe,
Yep.
go harvest it, pick it up, and move out of that spot as quick as you can.
Okay.
Don't sit around, linger around, look around for other animals.
Yep.
Pick
Pick it
the
up and
deer up.
run.
Go to your map. No, don't run. Pick it up, go to your map, and travel away.
So pick it up, and what I mean is get out fast.
Yeah, preferably where the 4 bucks are that you don't like, the zone. Okay?
Yeah.
Go to there. Go to that location. Take one of the bucks, kill one of the bucks. Do the same thing. Go pick it up and immediately from there go back to where you had the 4 doe.
Yeah.
You just took the doe.
Okay.
Go back there, initiate the whole spawn in that area.
Initiate the spawn again.
Yeah, in that area. You can chill in that area for a minute. Give the game a chance to cycle. It's got a 50-50 chance of replacing that doe with the same doe that you took or with
Yeah.
the buck. So once you do that, you can go back and forth. You can move your population around.
So basically what you're saying is, so you go in, you kill a doe. Okay, you have a really good spot, but it only has does, and then you have a really not so good spot, but it has actually bucks. It has good deer. And you want to swap them. You go and you kill one doe, and then you immediately pick it up and travel and kill a buck, and pick it up
Yeah.
and travel back and do it
Yeah.
again.
Well, you can do it again, but you need to make sure it spawns the correct thing.
But you want to.
Yeah.
So then, what can happen is you may get a doe back in with the does, but you actually also may get a buck. It's a 50-50
Yes.
chance.
Because they're in a pool. They're basically
in a
up in the
pool.
air because you didn't linger around enough for them to activate that spawn back into that location.
Because whatever you kill is going to come back as the same sex, but it may not come back in the same zone. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
Okay,
Yes.
there you have it. There you have it. That's fascinating. It's just absolutely fascinating. This is good stuff, guys. This is insane. I'm fascinated. Maybe I'll eventually get a great one. You just never know. What else can we cover? Tell us about the first time you got the first great one.
It was at the Hidden Lake. To be honest with you, I shot, and I almost think I shot a level 3 diamond from it. And I actually, like I was telling you before, when your game heats up, like a slot machine, this is a big thing. This is probably the biggest thing.
This is the biggest takeaway here, guys. So listen to this. I'm listening.
If you've ever played a slot machine, you can feel it. It starts heating up. You'll start getting your free spins and your bonuses and stuff like that.
It starts dinging.
Five of a kind, whatnot.
Yep.
It's heating up. It's on a heater, and that heater is going to be that you have that much better odds on a heater to hit the jackpot than you do on a cold machine.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to stay on that effect. You want to stay on there effectively. You do not want to get out of your chair, leave your game running. Therefore, when you leave your game running, you're staying on that machine. It's basically what you're doing.
So you actually don't recommend turning your Xbox off or your game off?
No, your PC, nothing. You leave it running. If you got to go to work, you got to go to school, you got to go to bed, you hop in your nearest tent and just let it run. Make sure your game's not set to auto turn off after 3 hours or something. Yep. Your device. Mm-hmm. You want to leave it running and hope and pray that the Xbox doesn't dashboard you for the heck of it.
Yeah, and it does happen because I actually have been on Xbox. It says I have gameplay time that is way higher than what I actually have because I used to never turn my Xbox off. I used to leave myself on random multiplayer servers when I went to bed, so I had the server in the morning. That's what I used to do.
Absolutely. So when you're on a heater like that, you're gonna feel. I have actually felt it every time. The last, my second one that I got, I even told the old lady, I was like, look, I'm not getting off the Xbox today. Not until this great one pops, because I could feel it. And I was like,
you could feel it. Are you serious?
Yeah. You could feel it. You're starting to get rares. You're starting to get big level 2s. You're starting to get 3s quite a bit. Every 40 kills, you're getting a level 3 pop up. It's like,
so you need to keep playing. You need to make sure that no matter what you do, you don't turn your game off. At
that instance, yes, you want to stay on that heater.
That is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, because I know for a fact if the game, because it's shut off on me. It's shut off before.
So what happens when it shuts off?
You come back and you do your cycle. Your spawns might be good the first time around, because you got to understand this game process. Let's say I'm on a heater and my spawns are populating while I'm there, and they're good spawns. When your game shuts off, you come back and you go the first time around, you're like, oh, I'm on a good heater still. And then you reset your day for the next cycle. And you go in and like, oh, how'd that just go to level 1 trivial? Why is everything just level 1s? Mm-hmm. Because you effectively are not on that heater anymore. You might have thought you were, but those initial spawns are from the day before. That heater that your game was still on. You see what I'm saying? So it's
going to slow down the spawns when your game turns off?
No, it's just it's basically you're sitting down on another slot machine that's not good.
Oh, you're starting off fresh, so it's not hot anymore.
That's correct.
Okay.
So when it gets hot, you leave it running.
Leave it running. Very interesting. So how often do you turn your Xbox off?
Probably every 1,000 kills, I'll shut it off or something.
And how long does it take you to get 1,000 kills? How often is that?
About 3 days.
3 days.
3 to 4 days. 3 days, probably.
I wonder how long your Xbox is going to last.
You
know what? Totally worth it.
Totally worth it. The very first one up at Hidden Lake, that's what happened. I was on a heater. I just took a...
And that was when?
Beginning part of April.
Beginning of April. And tell us what happened.
Well, basically, I was on a heater, and I just pulled a level 3 diamond off of a spot up there at the Hidden Lake. And I did my cycle, came back through, and this is before I knew mine came off of level 3, so I wasn't, expecting to be there, so I wasn't anticipating like, oh, this is level 3, I need to get back there the next day, and not, just in case my Xbox shuts off, Mm-hmm. So, but anywho, I left it running, I did my whole cycle, start up, come back through, and boom, there it was. But my game was running the whole time. It didn't shut off. And my second spot, that was my second spot on my cycle, right? Mm-hmm. Back in the day, that was my second spot where it came from. So I instantly got on the game. My first spot paid 2 monster level 2s. They were diamond potentials, but they didn't hit diamond.
Yeah.
My next spot, I was looking at it. I took a monster level 2. Mm-hmm. And right behind it, because it was in the bush, I didn't see it at the time, was that great one still there. So he came back in the zone after I waited.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you shot it with what?
270.
270. And you've shot, what, 2 with the 270 and 1 with the crossbow?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's awesome. Absolutely insane.
So I'm a firm believer though that I can't drill that in enough people's head that if you're getting the spawns I am, and I need to go back to one of my first Twitch streams. When I first started, I was on a heater like that. I was literally on a heater. I could feel it. I thought for sure I was going to get that 4th one on stream, but I left my game running and my Xbox dashboarded me overnight.
Oh, and so you think you might have spawned one then?
No, I was in the process. I was very close. The game was so hot, it was wanting to push one out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if I'm in a stream and things really start to heat up, I need to just keep going, not stop.
Yeah, if you're in a stream, but if you've got to get off for the night, leave your game running.
Leave your game running. There's the bottom line. That's super important. That's awesome.
Yep. I can't stress that enough. You're in a good cycle. You stay there. But then as soon as they shut it off, they come back. Well, I've had a bad day, and it's nothing.
That's so interesting. That really is so interesting. So that is so important. Wow.
Yes. I haven't went 700 kills since I average now a diamond every 100.
Well, you know what? When I was doing the grind, that's about what I was doing. I was getting a diamond out of about every 100 killed bucks.
Yeah. So that's where you want to be at. Stuff gets in a pool, right? So this is why I was telling you today I want to go and I want to put the herds I use. I'm going to manipulate my herds back and forth to get the ones I use nothing but bucks.
So that you can be super efficient, right?
Super efficient, and that's the reason why I say that. I accidentally kill a doe every once in a while, trying to get a secondary shot, a backup shot, or a deer's running away and you shoot at it and the doe runs in front of it, and you hit the doe.
Yep.
Therefore, you're throwing that doe into your pool. So if you go to your next location and take a buck off, and let's say you have 3 does and 2 bucks in that zone, and you take off the 2 bucks, well, that doe's in that little respawn pool. So while you're picking up your deer there, it's generating a respawn, and it can effectively put a doe in that spot and the buck. So you come back, now there's 4 doe and only 1 buck, and you're like, well, where's the other buck? Well, that's what happened right there.
Okay, so you actually really shouldn't shoot does, because I was being told that once this whole bug came along that we're supposed to kill does, that it helps, but...
No, absolutely not.
Wasn't quite
I've done it all. I've done it all, to be honest with you. I've tried every method on here.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
So...
I'm sure you have.
It's basically 2 bucks to 1 doe on your map. So.
And how many diamonds did you harvest before the first great one?
Before the first great one, that is a good question. For those,
I'm just curious because I've killed 20 diamonds, and quite honestly, I did not get trolled a lot. I got 1 troll in those 20 diamonds, and now I have killed 2 more since then. So I've killed 3 trolls, but up to 20 diamonds, I only had 1.
17 diamonds and 5 or 6, maybe 7 level 3 trolls.
So I really could be very close, couldn't I?
Yes, you could be.
Oh, goodness. All right, guys, so that is where we are going to stop. But if you'd like to get more information from Grim Streams, definitely follow him on Twitch, Grim_DV. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel, Grim Streams, and he is going to be joining us on stream this Monday coming at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is Monday, June the 21st, 2021. And that is going to wrap it up for this one. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned lots. I sure did. If you did, I'm going to ask you to do one thing: smash that like button, and if you'd like to join us for more, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notify bell, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.